What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a new video for you because BritneyandBaby is the channel here on YouTube that needs to be called out. Over the years, she has scammed her fans, lied to her subscribers, and more importantly, ruined any chance of her children ever living a private life. This story is honestly so messy and I am so excited to get into it because the information's everywhere. It just needs to be all put into one place, and this is that video. So get ready to pay close attention, grab a snack, and wash it down with some hot tea, even though some of this isn't tea at all. Britney is a 26-year-old vlogger and soon-to-be mother of 5 children. She has almost 500,000 subscribers on YouTube and she has several channels. One of her channels, More with Morrows, has over 100,000 subscribers, and it is a newer channel because it's like the new channel for her new family. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will explain it to you. Britney also has 3 Instagram pages. She has her own Instagram page. She has one for the children, and then she has another one, which is part of her, which we will get into. And then her current husband, Frank, also has his own Instagram. So they're influencers, you know what I mean? But these influencers are not influencers because of their personalities, they are because of their children. I mean, Britney did not even start her channel until she was 9 weeks pregnant with her child. So her channel from the jump was a family channel. It is a tried and true family channel. Some of you guys have told me that Britney and Frank are pretty boring and that their children are the main focus of their channel, kind of like the Stoffers. They don't really have too much to add, it's all about the kids. In this video, I'm going to be talking about multiple scams that Britney has been involved with. I'm going to talk about some controversial things that she has put out there and that her family has put out there. I'm also going to talk about the timeline of her relationships because it explains a lot about her family. I'm trying my best to not be judgmental because I just want to tell their story to you guys and have you be the judge, because from what I've seen, I am pretty upset at some of the things they've done, but I'm not trying to call them evil people. When you judge others, you do not define them, you define yourself. And I'm not going to sit here and just trash their family or try to sabotage their reputation because honestly, I don't need to do that. Everything they've done speaks for itself. Before I get into the stories, let me quickly introduce the family. So there is Britney, and she has her 3 children from Ian, who is her ex-fiance that she dated from high school and to her fame. Ian and Britney had a daughter named Aria, I think it's Aria, sorry if I mispronounce. Every single video I mispronounce everyone's name, so I apologize in advance. They also have a son named Nolan who has a genetic disorder, which we will be getting into. And the youngest daughter from Britney and Ian is named Harlow, and she is so adorable. So Ian is not currently in the picture right now, and I'll be talking about that in a little bit. But right now, Britney is married to a man named Frank, and we have a lot to talk about when it comes to Frank, so get ready for that. Now that I've introduced the family, I want to talk a little bit more about Nolan and Brit's Brewgate. You might be wondering, what is Brit's Brewgate? Well, pretty much, Britney put together a site online where she had people go and purchase merch, and that merch was going to be donated to a fund that looks into the disorder or genetic disorder that Nolan suffers from called DMD, which is a specific type of muscular dystrophy. Well, Britney posted a video called Big Announcement, and in this video, she talked about how she created her new line, Brit's Brew, and it's all going to be donated to a fund that is specifically looking into Nolan's genetic disorder. Britney was promoting this merch a ton. It was being sold through a website called Bonfire, which is pretty much a hosting website. So it's not like all the money was going straight to the donation fund. It goes to Britney through Bonfire, and then she can decide what she wants to do with the money. But on Twitter, Britney was very clear that all the proceeds was going to muscular dystrophy research. This all really sounds like Mo Othman because Mo Othman is a YouTuber who created this water wells fund where pretty much he had a Patreon page. He was taking in all the money, claiming to donate it to water wells, but he actually wasn't. He was pocketing the money. A lot of Mo Othman's fans were demanding to know where the money was being sent because people were sending hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but he was never proving like any receipts. Well, Britney made about $4,000 from her Brew Brits merch, and a lot of fans were wondering, where is this money going? They want to know. The money money was donated, right? Like, you sent in the money, like we paid for this merch because it was going to go to this charity. So you paid up, right? Fans were getting skeptical and they started reaching out to the fund that she was claiming to donate to, asking if BritneyandBaby donated $3,900 because that's what she made off of the shirts on Bonfire. She quickly found out that people were reaching out to the organization, and she tweeted out saying that she actually donated 2 times $2,000 each to make up the $4,000. She also provided a picture receipt of the email she got for making her donation. And when people were looking at the email receipt, they started noticing that it doesn't really look legitimate. Like, most of the time when you get a receipt from a charity foundation, it has a big banner, it says thank you, it's just a lot more built up than a standard plain email. I mean, here's an example of a legitimate charity thank you email. You know, it looks way more professional. Then the organization reached out and said, no, we did not receive this donation. And then there was a little bit of mystery behind what actually happened, because Britney was claiming that the organization spelled her name wrong, so that's why they couldn't find her donation. And I'm not buying it. I mean, why did she have to do 2 donations of $2,000 if you can just donate the $4,000 at once on the site? Like, it feels like you don't know what you're talking about, and part of me thinks, like, did you even donate the $2,000? Like, where is that legitimate receipt? On Reddit, I found a little snippet of someone asking about the whole situation, like, how did this end? And someone claimed that the last thing we heard was that she put out a screenshot, you know, of that email saying that the organization just spelled her name wrong and they have her donation. And that's pretty much where we're at with it. But there is one more person on Reddit that also said that she told someone over DM that she didn't donate all the money and that she ended up keeping some. Legally, that is not okay to keep some of the money for something that is going to charity, but we're not going to get any deeper into this because I have a feeling I know what she did with the money that she got for this charity. Remember that this is all alleged and I don't actually know what's happening because I'm not Britney, but I'm pulling everything offline, which is completely legal to do. Everything I'm using is free use, and it's just my opinion that maybe she used this money to fund her new life and her new family. Well, after her whole MDA charity thing ended, she posted a video called Life Changes. At this point, her and Ian, who was her first love, the father of her 3 children, and like her man from high school, were breaking up and she was moving out. So I'm going to be using a few clips from this one video where it just displays how quickly she moved past Ian and met Frank, which is her new husband. And I'm talking months. Like, she left the apartment and then in May she was with him and then she was married a few months later. So I'm gonna play those clips and let's talk about it.
And I have separated. I went ahead and got my own apartment and I'm currently in here right now. Don't worry, you guys are still gonna see Ian in the vlogs. He still wants to be in the vlogs. There's not gonna be any hard feelings or tension.
Sorry about the music there. I hate the music, but someone else put it on top of that. So I want you to pay attention to the dates in these next clips because it goes from Ian is gonna be really involved, you know, like tucking the kids to sleep at night, to where he slowly becomes less and less involved. And this is very quickly over a short amount of time.
I don't have to film you if you don't want to, but he's still open to that. He still wants to. He wants to come spend time with the kids, and of course it's at night. He helps put them to bed.
Given he'll be in them every now and then, but he's not as much. There's just a lot that has happened. Yeah, I just know for a matter of fact, we will not be getting back together.
So in my personal opinion, I think they were definitely dealing with some of their issues, and you can see through the vlogs that she was telling you guys, you know what? Like, he's stepping back, we're not seeing him as much, and then now we're never getting back together. That video where she said she was never getting back with Ian was in April, on April 25th. And then 11 days later, 10 days later, I don't know, don't quote me, I don't know math. But on May 4th, she was seen with Frank, literally posting a picture on Instagram with Frank. So I think Ian probably knew what was going on with Frank, and that Frank was in the picture a lot earlier than just April or May.
Things kind of got really rocky, and I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking it got rocky because of a certain situation, and it was rocky way before that.
So by mid-May, everything is really rocky with Ian, and then we jump to June 2nd, where he is introduced to the YouTube channel after May, June, a month of them kind of announcing they're together.
Frank.
Hey guys, how are y'all?
I had no finding anybody or even looking for anybody. Yeah. Oh, how?
And yes, that text was right. They met on Match.com. They literally met online. So she left her sweetheart from high school, the father of her 3 children, for this new guy she met online, and they're moving very, very, very quickly. Like buying a car together, not even 2 months after they started like dating or whatever. Maybe the first time they met. I don't even know how this relationship started. And then 3 months after they were together, they bought a house together, and no one should ever do that. Like, no one would ever advise you to buy a house with someone that you've only known for 3 months, but listen to what she had to say.
You've only known him for 3 months. You guys barely know each other. Time has, or I should say, there's no time frame. When you know, you just know.
This is moving very quickly. So they met in May. They got a car together in July. Now they are in August and they are pregnant with their first kid.
We're pregnant!
It's kind of controversial that she is pregnant right now because a lot of fans think that she shouldn't be pregnant or have any more kids because she is a carrier of the disorder that her son Nolan suffers from. But I'm going to talk a little bit about that later on. Frank literally believes that God will save their son from having this disorder. He is a very, very religious guy, and he thinks that God will step in and stop his son, if they're going to have a son, from having this disorder, when that's not really the case. Then only 2 weeks after they announced that they are pregnant, she was married, and it was totally a shotgun wedding, even though she says it's not.
By the way, you guys, I'm married. Frank and I got married, but it wasn't a shotgun wedding. Frank and I got married, like I said, on June 30th. We actually got married right here in my apartment, right in this spot.
So at this point, Britney has left Ian. He is pretty much out of the picture, and he's not really mentioned again in this video. Like, he's kind of been MIA. But now let's take a moment to talk about Frank, her current husband, Frank Morrow. He was once a firefighter before he met Britney, and now they are so well off that he doesn't need to do that. He is a YouTuber, influencer. Not only were fans really concerned with how fast Britney was moving with Frank, but they were also concerned with how Frank was treating the children. Obviously, this is all alleged because I was not there, but supposedly Frank bathes the children, which I think is kind of odd. If you think about a normal couple that is separated, if the woman has a new man or if the man has a new woman, they don't usually fulfill the parent role. That's usually a little bit disrespectful to, you know, the baby mama or the baby dada. Well, allegedly Frank would bathe them, and supposedly he would also allow the kids to call him dad and daddy. You know, they have a young daughter named Willow from Ian and Britney, and they take care of her, and it turns out that she will call him daddy, him as being Frank, and the mom does not discourage this behavior, which is kind of weird coming from an outsider, and seeing this on outside, that is your stepdad, you can call him Frank, but also she is a little kid, so maybe he's going to adopt her and be the father since Ian isn't really in the picture. The question is Ian out of the picture because he doesn't want to be here, or is Britney pushing him out of the picture? And that, I don't know. I think I mentioned that Britney is pregnant with Frank's baby, but I never brought up Scarlett. So Scarlett is actually Frank and Britney's first daughter together, and right now, at the moment, Britney is also pregnant with their second child together and her 5th child in general. Someone asked me to include this screenshot. It's pretty much just a comment that Frank left on a post saying that he has so much love for his and Britney's baby, and someone reminded him that he also has 3 other children to take care of, I guess. It's such a weird balance because do you guys want him to be the father, or do you not want him to be the father? Because he is there as the father figure, but it doesn't really seem like he's providing, because it looks like Britney is doing all that through the scams, which we will get into soon. But before we get to that, I need to talk about Frank a little bit more, because he was in a relationship with a woman named Christine before he was in a relationship with a woman named Britney. And this woman, Christine, has made some very, very serious allegations online. She claims that Frank did not treat her well physically, and that is a serious problem right there. Obviously, I have to be very, very toned down because of YouTube and its platform, but it is disturbing to see online that Christine is posting on her story saying straight up, "This man did this to me. He is an awful person. Please do not glorify him." Christine has also told people online how Frank cheated on her with Britney, and this has been all over social media, but here is a little screenshot of some comments where they kind of confront each other low-key. Well, someone commented on Britney's post and said that Christine is revengeful because Frank was cheating on her. Aren't you worried he would cheat on you too? Well, Britney replied, he never cheated on her. She left him for another man. This is why you shouldn't believe everything you read, especially when it's just hearsay. Well, Christine actually chimed in, and here's what she had to say. Britney, I sent you a message on Facebook. If you ever need proof, I'll show you, but I would never, ever do what he says I did. I have been single as crap since the day we ended. I have no time for a relationship right now. Finishing up my last semester, blah, 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 full-time job. It sounds like she is like straight up trying to tell Britney the truth, warn her, and get her out of a bad situation because she moved very, very quickly with this man, and I feel like she doesn't really know 100% who he is. I mean, they've been together for some time now, but this whole video is a time lapse of everything she's done, and this was very questionable. Britney has heard of these allegations, but when she gets a comment, this is what she replies back. I'm going to delete comments that are purely there to start drama. There's no need to address lies and keep unwanted drama in my comments. And I don't want to do that and create fake drama or try to create a rumor. I'm just trying to tell the story, and this allegation is very serious. Christine has been very on it when it comes to defending herself and trying to prove her point. So I think that it deserves to be talked about, and there's a reason why everyone keeps commenting on your page about it, because Christine isn't just trying to ruin you guys, it sounds like she's trying to save you. The last thing I want to say about Frank and Christine is that Christine also claimed that he took their dog, which, I really care about dogs. I have my own dog. My parents have 6 dogs. I have been in love with dogs for a long time. And what upset me is that one of you guys told me that Britney likes to lock up the dog in the front, and that is not okay. A dog should not be locked in. And look how pretty the dog is. It's gorgeous. So I feel bad for the dog, and I just had to mention it, even though I don't have much to say. I just stand dogs. Now let's talk about another scam. But before we talk about the scam itself, I would like to introduce to you guys Britney's father named Keith. So Keith has been involved in Britney's life on social media for some time. He makes little appearances or whatever. He actually has his own Instagram, and if you go and look at it, the bio says something very cringe. He calls himself a freelance troublemaker. And as an adult man, I don't really know how to take that, besides very weird, and why are you calling yourself that? And what does that mean? What trouble have you started? Because he's been in some trouble in the past. We all know that he has been locked up before. It was kind of hard for me to figure out why, but one of you guys said on YouTube Mama Drama that it was because he owed someone money, so I'm assuming IRS or taxes or something. I have no idea, but he was locked up at some point, and the reason I know this is because, one, you guys talk about it, but 2, he wore a shirt with his mugshot on it because he wanted to make the haters mad. And to me, I wanted to include that because I think that speaks volumes to someone's attitude and their mentality when they want to print their own mugshot shirt and wear it around. It's not like he's Lil Wayne, you can go pick up that shirt at Hot Topic. He intentionally did that to wear it in public, and I believe Britney wore it as well. So there's a little insight into the man that he is. Well, a lot of people think that Britney and her father allegedly scammed some of her fans by claiming that he had some cancer issues in his gastro something. When it comes to medical stuff, I can't even think about it. The insides of us sound so gross. I don't ever want to see the inside of anybody, but he had some gastro something that he needed to get tested for cancer. So she released this video called We Need Your Help. And in this video, she introduces her GoFundMe page. Keep in mind, this is at the point where she just posted another video where she got her eyebrows microbladed, and that was a $500 procedure. So kind of weird that you need a GoFundMe whenever you have this money rolling in and getting your eyebrows done, but whatever. She created the GoFundMe page, and it was called Treatment for My Father. And that to me already brushed me the wrong way, because treatment would be if you were actually sick. He was just getting the cancer tested. So why would you need treatment? You're just getting it tested. we can talk all day about the logistics, but let's just get into it. At first, it was priced at a $10,000 like span. Like the goal was $10,000 to raise to treat her father with getting tested for cancer. And then she was getting a lot of criticism because people were like, wait, I work in the medical field. It does not cost that much to get this test done. Then she moved her like GoFundMe amount down to $5,000, and she actually met the mark. Well, she made another video about the process because you guys paid for it, and her dad does not have any cancer, which is great, and also great that they moved it down to $5,000, because if it was $10,000 and he did not cancer, like, that's a lot of money. They did flash some of the bills in the video, but people added it up and there's still like $1,000 that's not accounted for. Obviously, I'm not like the investigator here, but like I don't know where that money is, and if she used it for something else that breaks some like fundraising like legal things. I don't even know if I could say laws. Like, can I even say the word laws? Like, YouTube is so dumb. They're so moderated. Like, I can't say anything. But like, we don't know where this money went, and her dad is also kind of creepy in my opinion. So that's it for her dad. Let's move on to the next thing. Now let's talk about her son Nolan, because there is a lot of controversy around the way that Nolan is being treated for it, because he has DMD, which is part of, let me say it right, muscular dystrophy. Okay, I can never say that word right. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but he suffers from this disorder, and it's a genetic disorder. And from what I know, it is something that is carried in the mother usually, and it's passed down to the son. So as you guys know, she has 3 daughters and she has 1 son. So the likelihood of her having another son with the disorder is very, very high. I actually grew up with 2 guys that had this disorder. One was my age, and then he had a younger brother, and they are no longer here because this disorder is like, it shortens your life a lot, and you usually can't live past the age of 12. My friend was actually like 17. I think his brother is 15. So I do think it's extending longer if you are getting treatment for it, but it is a very, very serious condition, and it's actually very like agonizing to have, because it causes you so much physical pain, and physical pain turns into mental pain, and it's a really dark path, and it's something that no one should ever suffer from, and something that we really wish we could fix. But you know, it's genetics, and when you get into that, like mutations and stuff like that, it's very hard to correct those. Well, a lot of you guys are concerned online because when it comes to his disorder, it seems like she's not really taking it seriously. And by seriously, you mean like not stopping the continuation of this disorder. So not only will her son and maybe her future son will suffer from the disorder, her daughters will also continue to pass it down and cause more and more pain, which is really sad to think about, but like, that's the reality. There's a difference in having a child with this disorder and not knowing it was going to happen, and then continuing to have children with this disorder knowing that it is happening and it really could affect their lives and their health. Nolan is really young, and you can't really see the signs of this disorder in him yet, but they will come. And at this age, he should be wearing like boots and things to strengthen his legs. As you can see in a recent picture, he has flip-flops on, which is not good for his support. But some of you guys claim that she's not really like taking care of him fully when it comes to that aspect, because he needs to have secure boots on. He needs to be treated for this, because when the condition hits, it's going to hit really hard, and it's going to affect him physically like a ton. He's not going to be able to move correctly anymore. It's going to be agonizing pain. And do you think she's really prepared for that? Most women who have this issue do not continue having children. That's the responsible thing to do. But this is what she said about her situation. And to me, it's using faith in a way that faith was not intended to be used. You don't need to justify everything with God, because He's not going to protect you when it's a genetic disorder. You need to have some sense of reality on what's going on.
Each pregnancy after having Nolan, every time that you get pregnant, there's always going to be a risk. In my circumstance, you are a carrier of a genetic disease. I do not have muscular dystrophy because I am a female, but I am a carrier for it. So there's that risk right away. But there's a lot of people in the world that have a lot of faith, and they, no matter what the circumstance is, they are going to do their best no matter what. And that is a type of person that I am. And I know a lot of people might not agree with that. So I guess what I'm trying to say is there's a risk no matter what.
I'm sorry, that music was so bad, but to me, that was just kind of selfish, because you know you shouldn't be having more children, but you are still having more children. And she even posted on Instagram in the past before that she was done having children, she was content, she was good. But I think the whole switch up with Ian and Frank definitely like changed her life path, because I think Frank wants more children. I mean, she's pregnant with their second child and we don't know the gender yet. A lot of you guys think that it is a boy, and that's why they're not telling, because she's got like a month and a half left. Like usually you would have announced by this point. So I think she has a son. And I think he might come out and possibly have this disorder. And if he does, you guys are gonna be really upset, because you already know she shouldn't be having more children when she has this genetic issue. Now let's do a 360 and talk about one of Britney's new schemes. So if you guys don't know what MLM is, it is multi-level marketing, also known as a pyramid scheme, also known as referral marketing, because how it works is that people will go and refer other people to work for this company. And when they refer someone, they make a profit off of that. Also, when someone goes to work at one of these companies, they have to invest in the company before they can start, because they have to buy their own products, and then once they get those products, they have to sell the products. And in these companies, a lot of times the people are investing a ton in the company to buy a bunch of these products, and they can't end up selling the product themselves. It's honestly a horrible scheme, and there are tons of them out there. There are some legging ones, there's like Avon, there is the one that Britney is involved in, and it's all really corrupt because it takes these vulnerable people, typically people who don't work from 9 to 5, mothers, things like that. They bring them into the scheme telling them that you can be your own boss, that you can make as much money as you want. You can make $60,000 a year, but these women end up investing tons and tons of money, and then they are left in debt without any profit. Someone recently tweeted to Britney and said, "We are in the middle of a global pandemic with mass unemployment. Nobody wants your MLM oils." And you might be wondering, what is the MLM oil? Well, earlier I mentioned that Britney has 3 Instagrams, and her third Instagram is called Botanical Britney. Like I said, I cannot speak, okay? You might be wondering, what is going on? What is this Instagram? Where are these oils? Like, what are you talking about? So there is a company called Young Living, and it is a marketing scheme, a pyramid scheme. You go and you have to invest in their products so that you can resell the products. Britney is obviously a member of this program, and she also recruits a lot of her fans and subscribers to join the program. I mean, she has a whole Instagram for her business, so she's definitely trying to get people to join because she makes a profit off of that. Something weird I noticed, and maybe I'm just wrong with this, but when you click the link in her bio and you go to this website, it's not like you are going to a website with a bunch of oils and you could just purchase them and they're from Britney. You're going to the website so that you could sign up to be a person who sells these oils like Britney. So it's kind of weird that you're not selling the like merchandise, but you're selling the career of selling the merchandise, and that is MLM for you. I mean, look at step 1 of this program. It says you have to choose your starter kit, and it is required for members. It is a minimum of $165, and that's without all the add-ons and shipping and all that, and that's just to like get you selling, which is kind of weird to me and corrupt that she's using her platform to do things like this rather than trying to do something for good. I mean, I understand the idea of oils and essential oils, like trust me, I'm a fan, but like this is a scheme, and it's an obvious scheme, and people have been calling her out for it, but yet she's still trying to promote it and use her platform to do so. She even has her oldest daughter, Aria, helping her out with this whole scheme. You can see a little screenshot right here, and that's child labor, and honestly, that is the reason why I have like issues with family bloggers, is that at the end of the day, you are making these children work, you are invading their privacy, they have no choice, no consent, and you are just profiting off of their lives. And a lot of times it's very embarrassing. I'm about to get into some of that right now. And also, sometimes it's really like disturbing. Like, I don't enjoy watching children get hurt, and I can't imagine my child being hurt and me just picking up the camera to go film the whole thing to put online. And that's something that this channel does. 1, who wants to watch a potty training vlog? And then 2, who thinks about doing that? And like 3, like how is this daughter gonna feel one day when hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people watched her get like potty trained online? Like, maybe that's very normal for you guys, and I totally respect that. For me, it makes me a little uncomfy. I don't really like the idea of it. I feel like it is an invasion of privacy. Like, I'm not posting a bathroom tutorial for you guys online. Like, that's weird. She has a theme of posting about her children's injuries, and I want to play a little clip from one of her videos. It's 100% free use. I'm allowed to use this clip in my video, and it's just like one of her daughters, I think it's Willow, got hurt and she hit her head, and the reaction was to pick up the camera and film it. And it's not like a horrible clip, but it's just like weird that this was caught on camera and that was like the go-to move.
I don't even have words. Oh my gosh. You have to hold it there. Here, let me get the other one because that one's not cold anymore. Carla, look at mama. Look at mommy. I don't think I've ever have seen this big of a goose egg before. Let me see. Let me see. Look. Carla, look at mommy. Let me see.
Britney made a post on Instagram where she talked about how her daughter has stitches, and then someone asked like, wait, what's happening? And she was like, wait, you have to see the vlog to find out. And it's just like, you're promoting your vlog using your daughter's like pain and stitches and things like this. And the vlog clip is just weird in general because it's like the daughter doesn't really want to be filmed. Like you'll see, she kind of covers her face with her phone, and I totally get it because she's in a doctor's office and it's just like, not the place, mom.
To help, I guess, like hold her so that she doesn't kick and they like mess up the stitches because she cannot move at all when they take it out. So
in that same video, you can see her son Nolan has a black eye, and I'm not trying to insinuate anything, I'm sure it was an accident, but this is something that you guys have noticed over the time, that these kids do have some marks on their bodies. And it's weird to me that the mom just like films it. Like, why are you filming like that your daughter got all these scratches on her legs and like her finger got smushed up in the door and all of this? Like, I understand sharing your life from your perspective, but it's not your perspective at this point. There's a difference between being a vlogger and then a family vlogger, because you're not talking about what happened. You're not like just going over your day as a person. You're constantly in their face with a camera. Before I talk a little bit more about those bruises and marks that you guys have pointed out and sent to me, I do want to take a second to talk about Aria. I think it's Aria. I'm so bad at names. I even ask you guys, I'm like, how do you pronounce it? And then you tell me, and then I just still can't say it. So we're gonna talk about her because it's kind of weird how the mom continues to post very personal things online. Like recently, Britney made a post about how her daughter is in therapy. Honestly, a lot of you guys say that the daughter is in therapy because of the mother and because the daughter has to raise the children a lot of the times, that she's the responsible one. That's all alleged, and I have not seen like specific clips like that, but I do think it's odd that you are going to talk about your daughter's mental health issues. Maybe that's going to add to them rather than help them, because obviously she's struggling. You're taking her to therapy. It's not the time to glamorize and sell it. And a lot of you guys are also worried about her weight. You guys say you think she looks skinny. Again, allegedly, supposedly, my opinion, I don't know what I legally can say. I mean, she looks thin to me. I was a very, very thin child, so maybe you guys would have said the same thing, but she is getting older, and I can acknowledge that she's looking tiny, and I wanted to bring it up because you guys are really concerned about it, and it's something to note. I mean, this child has expressed in her vlogs in the past, from what I've read, that she will like hide food and do weird things with food. She's talked about how she doesn't want to be on camera, and the mom has respected that in some instances, but you can still see that the daughter is plastered all over their social media, and there's no real way to escape it. And like I just mentioned, you guys were really concerned about some of the like injuries that were going on, and that's something I am concerned about too, just because I don't think posting injuries is like a cute thing. Like, it's not going to make you look great as a parent, but these are some of the markings, and just keep in mind they are children, so they are probably doing it to themselves. Like, I'm not thinking that any parents are like doing anything to them. I'm just thinking that the kids maybe aren't being supervised 100% of the time like children should be, because there is a camera in the way. Like, when you're parenting, it's not supposed to be like, parent and camera then child. Like, that camera is a barrier between you guys, and that's going to cause issues with you down the road. As you guys know, I have had legal issues with another family vlog, and I believe a lot of their issues and their children issues are because of this dynamic, that there is a camera between the parent and the child, and there's no real safe place for the child to speak to the parent about any issues they might be having. Finally, let's end with some trash, because this is totally trash. So Britney has a sister named Alyssa, and if you go to her page, you will see that Alyssa does live with Britney, and she lives quite comfortably. She's been posting a lot of like Black Lives Matter stuff lately, which, you know, I'm all about. I've done my donations, I've done my protests, like I'm here for it, girl. But she might not actually be like here for it like we actually are, because there is someone on Twitter, actually a few people, who are trying to cancel Alyssa like with all their passion. Like, I don't know what's going on with this family. We got some weirdness with the dad. We got some controversy with the sister because she supposedly called the police or the property managers or something to get these black people in trouble for the noises they were making. And she was making tweets online complaining about like noises and loudness and things like that. And she also was using the N-word when doing so. And I just saw these and was flabbergasted. I was like, seriously, like this is like this girl is doing this on Twitter, like one, who would post this, and two, like those posts are like, I can't say the R word, but they are like not Black Lives Matter vibes, if you get what I mean. So I think that's super cringe, and you always have to call out those people who are doing things like this. I mean, like Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, like all these people are being called out right now, and I might as well call out Alyssa while I'm on the topic of BritneyandBaby. At the end of the day, this family channel is problematic and it is selfish. All family channels are selfish, but this one is really selfish because Britney, she's done a lot when it comes to scamming and scheming. She's also done a lot when it comes to like her relationship and just posting it online for everyone to see, posting all of her children's lives online for everyone to see. And, you know, the whole like DMD situation where she has a genetic issue that is being passed along, yet she is still glamorizing and publishing every like pregnancy thing. I mean, currently she has been hiding the gender of her child that she is pregnant with right now, her 5th child, and a lot of you guys think it's because it is a boy, because it was never a secret before, but because it is a boy, it has like a 50% chance of having this genetic disorder. In my experiences and what I've seen online, it seems like it's more than 50-50, but he has a good chance of having it if he is a he. If he's not a he, it's a she who can also pass it down. And I mean, I know that some people want to have children and that is their dream, but if you have a genetic like mutation that will cause pain and suffering to these people, maybe you should think about adopting. I don't really know. I don't want to tell her how to live her life, but it's something I'm going to call out because Nolan might not be like getting the proper care. And what if there's another Nolan and now she's got 2 of them? And it's just like going to be a really sad story at the end of the day when these children like come face to face with their like disease and it overcomes them, and then like you're gonna have to deal with that, which no one ever wants to talk about or like deal with that in general. Like that sounds horrible. I don't even want to think about it, but it's just another problem with this family channel in the mix of all of these problems that she has. And I don't think she is evil. I just feel like there are some things wrong in the world and I'm here to call them out. I really appreciate if you guys have watched this entire video and listened to what I thought. Obviously, I'm not trying to just come for Britney and ruin her. Like, that's not the goal of my channel. It's never been the goal of my channel. Some of you guys know that I have been through things as a child, so a lot of this stuff is triggering to me and it relates to what I've been through. So I like to stand up for people who can't stand up for themselves. And maybe it's not the right thing all the time. Maybe I might be wrong in some of my videos, or maybe I went too far. But in my heart, I feel like I'm doing the right thing, and I'm not trying to judge them because, like I said, when you judge other people, it's more of a reflection of yourself than it is of them. I just want to call them out because I think they need to stop, take a chill pill, and relax with the whole YouTube thing, because a lot of people have problems with it. I'm just the messenger right now, and I have a problem with it as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm thinking about doing a giveaway soon, maybe giving away a plant or some of my merch. I don't really know. I kind of want to do a giveaway. So if you know how that works or how I can set it up or whatever, please comment below, because I would love to give back to you guys for watching my channel and just supporting me and just listening to what I have to say, because I feel like a lot of this stuff is important, and it's not just me, it's these family vlogs and it's these family channels and these children that just don't have a say and do not consent to this. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video and on my other channels, so check it out. Bye.